Hi guys, Every Knife Guy here with a pen review for you, which is a first on this channel, and unfortunately probably not the last, because it's a long time since I've owned and used and purchased a pen that costs more than say 10 bucks, until I bought this Zero Tolerance 0010 EB, and you might have seen an unboxing on this I posted the other week. It was just called Mystery Unboxing EDC Gear, but this was what the item was. So if you missed that, I'll go over everything about the pen to start with. And yeah, so this is the first premium pen I've picked up or owned in quite some time, and it might have kickstarted something dangerous because I am really enjoying carrying and using this. So there may be more pen reviews and pen videos to come on the channel. So if you're interested in that, do let me know. So yeah, this was, I said in the unboxing, this was a model that I saw when it came out, and you know, a bit of a Zero Tolerance fanboy. I'll hold my hands up. I like their products. They're pretty cool. I like their designs in general. So when it came out, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And I saw the price, and I was like, you know, much in the way I would originally, some time ago, have looked at Zero Tolerance knife product and said, oh, I'll never spend that on a knife. I looked at this and said, I'd never spend that on a pen. And sure enough, a few months later, here I am, I own one. But the reason that happened was I was kind of in the market for picking up EDC, maybe tactical style, maybe not. Everyday carry premium sort of pen that I could use and enjoy using. And I mentioned in my last couple of EDC pocket dump videos that's kind of what I was looking for. And I had a short list of models that I was interested in. And then I saw this one on eBay, and a really good price, quite a bit less than other sellers, and it was too much to pass up. Top of my list was probably the Hinderer Investigator pen, pretty popular of course, in either brass or copper, which would still have been less than this cost me, but it was the deal factor. You know, the sort of, I had to pick this up at that time to get it at that price. And I thought, you know, I'm going to get one of these eventually probably, so why not do it now? When I see a good deal on it, I can then go back and get the Hinderer at a later date, and it'll probably still be as good a price as I saw it for recently. So hopefully that makes sense. That was a bit garbled, but it was right time, right place for this pen, and I got it. I jumped on it. So let's start at the beginning. Put that down there. This was a bit of doodling I did before the video, because I've used this quite a lot for writing and just day-to-day and jotting down notes and stuff. But I haven't done much doodling with it, so did a little doodle before we started. So this is what it comes in. Typical sort of ZT livery. Still says a real beast as it does with their knives. Still says built like a tank. You can't see that for the label. You can see there the product code 0010 EB, EB for earth brown. This comes in black. These are aluminum pens, or aluminium in the real world. These are aluminum pens, and it also comes in titanium at much higher cost, of course. So those are the three models: earth brown aluminum, black aluminum, and titanium, which is sort of a titanium grey, I guess you'd call it. And so this is the box it comes in. Comes with a little leaflet, which just looks like so. You can see there, I guess that's the black model on the front there, I guess. Important information about your new Zero Tolerance tactical pen. And I should mention the tactical element, this does have a glass breaker on it. The tactical element isn't really a big thing for me, but it's not something that offends me either. So if I like the design, I like the design. It doesn't matter if it's designed for breaking glass or people's faces or whatever. It's just something I like or I don't. So now I laughed at this in the unboxing. Identifying the parts of your pen, which seems a little ridiculous. I mean, it's a pen. How complex can it be? And that is a little bit pretentious. It really isn't that complex. There is a cap, there's a pen, there's a glass breaker, there's a nib, there's a pocket clip. That's it. It has Write in the Rain writing tip, and it is a Write in the Rain cartridge this comes with, so it writes in any weather, writes upside down. I've yet to test both of those actually. Pressurized cartridge maintains ink flow, so if you used a Write in the Rain cartridge before, you'll know what you're getting into. It's pretty smooth ink flow. That's the part that isn't really a reflection on ZT's design or their engineering or whatever. The Rite and Rain cartridge it's okay. I'm not in love with it, but I don't despise it either. So it does say here also accepts Parker cartridge and Fisher Space Pen cartridge refills. So I might look for a fine point Fisher Space Pen cartridge because I do tend to like those a little bit better. So 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum or titanium casing. This case is the aluminum, of course. Secure snap cap with O-ring seal, 3D machined pocket clip, and glass breaker tip, and that's about it. So it's also a superb writing tool. Well, I would actually agree with that, because although on first glance this does look a little bit angular, maybe a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, it looks like a pen there and there, but of course it's the glass breaker here, not the nib. Yeah, it's actually a lot more comfortable than you would think. So we'll pop the cap off, and the first thing to say is there is quite a nice snap on the cap. Let's see if we can capture the audio on this. Pretty nice snap there, nice and positive. You definitely know when the cap is on and when it's off, which is nice. And you can reverse that round onto the glass breaker side and you get a similar snap. So really nice positive design there. Feels good, you definitely know it's on. And this is what you have for the nib. So you have the nib there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little machined in channels, which are quite gentle. They're not rough on the fingers. Let's give you a little bit of grip and purchase. I commented on the unboxing. I actually found it a little bit top heavy with that cap on there. So I do prefer to just leave that off, which makes for a really nice length for the pen. Sits nicely in the crook of my hand and gives a really good weight. It's nice and balanced. And that's actually a lot of fun for sketching and for writing. So that's kind of how I would use it. Screws apart here, of course. Oops, you can see there's the O-ring and the screw threads, nice deep screw thread. And here we have the Rite and Rain ink cartridge. Slides down in there. Oops, we've lost the spring there. Slide that back up in there and screw it home. So the overall design of the main pen body. You can see we have a very sharp glass breaker on the tip here. I found it was very sharp pretty early on because I just handed this to my wife, and first of all she thought it was a cigar, and then she was like, oh, I got a new pen, and started looking at it and was like, tried to write with this end, and was like, why is this not working? I said, yeah, that's a glass breaker. And I said, see, look, and I picked it up, and then she still had the cap on, of course. Picked it up, took it like that, and smacked it down on the piece of paper that she was writing on, which I thought had a notepad underneath it, but it was actually the novel that she was just about to start reading, and it went to page 30. So I didn't smack it very hard. I went like so, and went straight into page 30. So it's pretty damn sharp. That was through quite a thick cover plus, general, paperback paper. So pretty sharp glass breaker on there. You can see and get a close up on that. There, and then the actual body has a little kind of indentation here, and then this kind of spiraling fluted design, which I think is really quite cool and does give quite nice grip on it as well. So that's quite nice, and then just tapers down to the point. So fairly simple design, nice and regular. I don't love it, but it's it's satisfactory. There's nothing too crazy there, I don't think. The cap part. One thing I wasn't too hot on to start with, or when I saw this when it first came out, was all the Billboard branding on it in white, and I think this is laser engraved actually. But come to get used to it. Made in Oregon, so it is made in the USA, of course, on top, as with all zero tolerance products, I think. And on the actual arm of the pocket clip here, zero tolerance and serial number. Now, one thing that struck me when I first looked at it, and of course being such a small item, you tend to look it up really close to start with just to get your first impressions. And one thing that struck me, let's see if I can get this to focus quite close for you. It's quite hard to see because I can't get it any closer than that on the camera, but the actual engraving of the text here is quite fuzzy. You can see it kind of on the S there. Excuse my nails, they're kind of gross. The S and the 0675. Does that look kind of blurry? Not just because my camera's not in focus, but the actual engraving is kind of fuzzy around the edges, and it's really not that sharp. It's very sharp on this part, made in Oregon, but not here. And I don't know anything about machining or laser engraving or anything like that, so I imagine it's probably quite hard to get accurate lettering at that size. It really is very small, but I just wasn't totally impressed with that. I thought it would be quite a crisp, clear logo. It does look like it's quite crisp and clear from a distance, but not so much up close, so wasn't super happy with that. But anyway, two little Torx head screws here secure the pocket clip to the main body of the cap, which is quite nice. My only other complaint with the clip is it doesn't have great tension. You can see it's not even touching there. So I use this in a back pocket carrying my jeans at the side of my pocket. So when you sit down, it's kind of sitting to the side of your leg, which works really well. But it being so slack, it does tend to kind of try and slip back into the middle when you stand up. So you tend to have to kind of push it to the side of your pocket. I would prefer a little bit better tension on there, but it's not really the end of the world. It does keep it nice and secure. And the pocket clip overall is nice spring to it, and it's fairly easy to get into your pants, which is pretty good too. So it will accommodate obviously quite thick material or pocket in your backpack or something underneath there. So that's the flip side of that. Yeah, so overall, very impressed with it. I'm not going to bother writing on camera. I mean, writing is writing. I can tell you it is very comfortable to use. I do definitely enjoy writing with it. It's not just a case of I enjoy carrying it. I enjoy writing with it. It feels very comfortable, nice weight to it, and very balanced. It is a little bit rattly with the refill. I don't know if I can get it to do it now, but I do notice sometimes as you write, yeah, maybe when I screwed it back together with the spring, it's seated a little bit better. I do notice sometimes the Write in the Rain refill tends to rattle a little bit inside the casing. It's a little bit annoying if you're scribbling, but it's not a big deal. Overall, very comfortable, very nice to use, and very nice carry piece. I do like the colour. I wasn't too sure about it. When I saw it online, I wasn't sure to go the black or the earth brown, but I'm pretty glad I did. One other thing I noticed early on, and this just kind of came to mind because I kind of noticed it looking at it from this angle on the camera. It looks fine there. Like if you look at the pocket clip, it looks perfectly in alignment with the whole body of the pen. But if you turn it there, to me, there's an optical illusion which I think is brought on by this spiraling fluting design, which makes the pocket clip look like it is tilted that way, like it's off from being in alignment with the body of the pen. And actually, if you look at it down that way, it's maybe just me being anal about it, or an optical illusion for my eyes, but I definitely see that pocket clip as looking as if it's tilted down and it's not fixed properly in alignment with the pen, but it actually is. I did check, and to me it's just the design, the way it spirals, the grooves spiral around the body of the pen, draw your eye away from it and make it look like the pocket clip's at an angle. I don't know if this shows on camera, but looking at it right there, that pocket clip looks squint to me, but just a minor thing, and that's brought on, as I say, by the design here. So you know, I wouldn't sacrifice this because I do like this spiral design on the main pen body. So yeah, overall pretty positive review. A couple of little knocks I give it, but definitely happy I picked one of these up. It will stay in my rotation for some time, and as I say, it may have kickstarted a bit of a pen hobby, so I can thank it for that. So there you are, guys. That's the Zero Tolerance 0010 EB. Thanks for watching. I'll be back more with the usual knife and sack videos soon. Have a great day. Cheers.